What up, gang? Thank you for joining. I'm Will with another video, and today I'm going to be reacting on answering the most asked questions about Germans. From Radical Living, his content is really good. This guy's super creative. So with that said, let's jump right in and see what type of questions he has to answer about Germans.
Welcome back. Today I am going to answer the most asked questions about Germans, these weird people living in the middle of Europe. Nearly everything about them is weird. Their clothing, their food, their language, even their music. And they're never smiling and always staring. What's up with that? Maybe you'll find out now. Let's jump right into it. How do Germans say cheers? 5 letters.
Prost.
Prost. Next, why do German houses have shutters? Well,
That's awesome.
To keep the light out. Stupid, but seriously. In Germany in summer, it's getting bright in the morning at 4 a.m. So if you want to sleep in the darkness, you need shutters.
That's crazy because shutters, at least in Florida, we need those for hurricanes, and that is super necessary, and this is super convenient how they have it set up. It's great quality and it's just so easy to use. I wish I had that in Florida during hurricane season.
Of course, the second reason is to make it more difficult for burglars breaking into your house when you're on holiday. Do Germans tip in a restaurant? Germans do tip, yeah, but it's not an obligatory thing like in the US, for example. If you are satisfied with the service, you usually leave a tip. But there's no rules to that, so usually you just round up the number. So if you pay 27 euro, you just give 30, but there's no fixed percentages people are expecting to get. So if you give 10%, that's already a very high tip in Germany. And if you give more, that's crazy. Yeah. Why do German toilets have a shelf? 2 reasons. 1, it's also called the examination shelf. So it enables you to have a better look at what has come out, you know?
I heard that this was more during World War II, like Hitler was trying to see, or the doctors during the Nazi era, is that they wanted to test and see what if they had eaten like maybe some jewelry to hide and things like that. Just I heard a lot of crazy conspiracy, but it makes sense that if you're at home and you just want to make sure you're like sick, or you want to make sure what you have, or you need to take some fecal matter to get examined, that's a useful way to collect it. It's funny.
See if everything's alright, should you see the doctor, eat better, whatever, you know? And 2, it's splash protection for the butt, okay? Are Germans friendly? No. They may be polite, but friendly. Come to Berlin once in a good mood, you'll leave depressed. And it's not because your serotonin levels have been depleted, if you know what I mean. Next, why do Germans speak good English? It is pretty easy for Germans to learn English because English and German derived from the same language. Hundreds of years ago, it has been the same language. So English and German have a lot of things in common. So for us Germans, it is actually like that. If you would try to simplify German, English would come out. It has very similar structure, grammar, but in a very simplified form. And also, German TV sucks. German movies suck, TV shows, it's horrible. It's basically unwatchable. There's very few good ones. And many young people like myself, we like to watch the movies in their original language, English, because the dubbed versions are also not
the German movies or shows, they are a little cringy, but there is a big fame on that, big following. But I definitely agree with what he's saying.
From the egg, and it's better to see the original voice actor anyway, right? Why are German guys so shy? We are not shy. We just talk when we have something to say. You know, we hate small talk, jibber jabber. We don't want to do that. Do Germans drink warm beer? No, only psychopaths drink warm beer. The beer is always cooled, it's in the fridge. But sometimes you don't have a cool beer available, and then some people drink it warm, which I think is disgusting.
I just don't think it's warm. I think it's more like the weather in Germany is usually cold, so you leave a beer outside and it just gets automatically cold. It's amazing. I love it. A warm beer, I wouldn't drink it because I don't like it. I don't know if people, when I see someone just drinking a beer outside, I'm just automatically assuming it's cold because of the weather. Like even just leaving it outside, the beer gets cold.
And whatever you do, never ever put ice cubes in a beer, even if it's warm. Better to drink it warm, yeah? Why are German pillows square? I don't know. I never questioned this. Why pillars are square? Why balls are round? Why is the sky blue? I had to look up what they meant by that. So apparently, German beds have square pillows, whereas pillows in other countries are rectangular. And apparently, foreigners think German pillows are not very comfy. They're too big, they're too soft. How can a pillow be too soft? You know, that's what a pillow is for. It needs to be soft and squishy. But the real reason is, I guess, is that Germans like to sleep partially with their shoulders on the pillow, not just with their head.
Really?
It's just more comfy. Does that
Is
make
it?
sense?
I
Why
don't know.
do Germans drink sparkling water? Isn't that obvious? Because it tastes better. Who doesn't like bubbles? Or maybe it was just a very good marketing strategy of German water companies to sell you water more expensive.
True.
Why is
That's a
data
good point.
privacy so important in Germany? If you didn't know, Germans are obsessed with online privacy. In social media, most Germans don't even use their real names. And we are
That's so
always
true.
very careful who we give our data to. To many foreigners, this sounds crazy. They say we're paranoid. But if you look at not too distant history and what other countries are doing in the world at the moment, it's not paranoid, it's pretty rational. Germans just don't want everyone else to know what they're up to, may it be offline or online. It's no one else's business. It's as simple as that. And because of that, Germany always ranks highest when it comes to online privacy. And there's one tool that is especially important if you value your privacy: a VPN client. Why do German students knock? If you don't know what this question is about, German students, instead of giving applause with their hands, they knock. But why is that? This is not a very new thing for German students. They have been doing this for hundreds of years. But unfortunately, why they do it is lost in history. So there can only be assumptions on why they do it. And some people think it's because when they're writing down something and they don't have two hands free to clap, they just knock with the other hand. Another theory is that the academics back in the day did want to differentiate themselves from the normal peasant people in the world. So instead of applauding, they knock. How do Germans say Porsche? Sounds so ridiculous. I am driving a Porsche. Not Porsche or Porsche. Porsche. Why are Germans so smart? Are they? If I look at our politicians, I don't see any. Those smart Germans you're talking about must be hiding under a rock somewhere. But if you mean that we know how to multiply, know what's 2 plus 3 and stuff, know where the countries are in the world, yeah, it's because of free education. How do Germans write the date? It's pretty easy. You start with the day, then the month, then the year. Logic, right? Are Germans tall? According to the statistics, Germans are on average 172.87 centimeters tall, which makes them place 13 in the world. So I guess Germans are relatively tall compared to the rest of the world. Next, why are German trains always late? You hear
Please
that,
say it.
Deutsche Bahn?
Please say it.
You're
Please say
ruining
it.
our reputation in the world. I'm sending this to the government.
I still don't know why.
The Deutsche Bahn belongs to the government. God damn.
Why is the
I don't
Deutsche Bahn
know
always late? What's
how
the
this
reason?
myth got out in this world, but Germans and efficiency,
Tell me.
that's a myth. How do Germans celebrate Easter?
See?
By hunting for the Easter bunny and steal his eggs. Even though Easter is a religious holiday, I don't think most Germans know that, and they just think they have to look for eggs in the grass and eat chocolate all day. Why are German doctors so bad? Oh,
Are they?
Germany losing another reputation, huh? I'm not sure if this is a German thing. I think most countries have shitty doctors. But if you ask me,
I thought the German
it's
doctors were good.
because most doctors in Germany, more than 50%, are over the age of 60. So they're pretty old, they're about to retire, And I think they just don't give a shit anymore. And
Well,
also,
we need more doctors.
because they are so old, they often stick to methods or knowledge that is not up to date anymore, you know? Are Germans Vikings? Unfortunately, Germans are not Vikings. They come from Scandinavia. Although I've been to Malmö once in Sweden and I was looking more Viking than anyone there I met. That was pretty weird. Maybe I should do some Viking videos. Why are German taxes so high?
God.
I ask myself that question every day. Though I think it's because Germany is a welfare state. There's free education, great infrastructure, and if you're unemployed, you don't have to worry about sleeping under the bridge and starving to death. The government will take care of you. And those things come at a price of high taxes, I guess. How do Germans feel about World War II? I think I forgot some sausages in the car. Yeah, I'll be right back. Why are German guys so attractive? Oh, thank you. Next. How do Germans teach World War II? Oh, god damn it. Alright, teachers usually say this. We lost, yeah, it sucks, but we learn from it and do it better next time.
I don't think that's true, obviously.
This question is actually way too complex to answer quickly, but they teach it pretty objectively. So just stating the facts and everything. But the teachers also put a little bit of guilt on top so that we feel guilty as students for being German. But it's weird, you know? The generation today has nothing to do with the people who were part of the war, you know? But we still have to have a bad conscience. How do Germans say Germany? Well, we say Deutschland. Satisfied? Do Germans speak Dutch? No, Germans do not speak Dutch automatically. Although German and Dutch are pretty similar languages, so when we read something in Dutch or hear someone speaking in Dutch, we understand maybe 50% of everything, maybe even more. Are Germans religious? I would say if they're old, like 60 plus, it's very likely that they are religious, but if they're
That's
young,
sad.
it's very unlikely. And if we look at the statistics, actually less than 50% of all Germans are a member of a religion. So they're all going to hell. Why do Germans stare? It's because Germans are very curious people. We always want to know what's going on around us, what the neighbor is doing, what you are doing on the street. And no one ever told us that it's impolite. That's how it is.
Very interesting questions. I'm happy he answered them to the best that he could. I feel more educated about Germany. Radical Living, great job. I will leave the link in the description below so that you could watch the original video. I will see you on the next one. Thank you for watching.